Hey guys, so this is going to be a review of the Rimmel London the Multitasker Concealer. So before I get into it, my history with concealers is like a love-hate relationship. There's only one concealer I really like, and that's by Max Factor. The e.l.f. one is the worst one I've ever used in my whole entire life. I think it's called the Camo Concealer, I think it's called. I hate that. It's the matte one, and then the Jeffree Star one doesn't agree with me either. So, with me and concealers, the biggest issue is I have fine lines under my eyes, and a lot of the time it will just sink into it. But we'll get into this one now. So, first off, I got this in the shade 1250. I think that's the shade number. I don't even know. I can't see a name. I do wish that I probably should have gone for a shade slightly lighter than this, but I didn't want to go lower because I didn't think it was gonna. I didn't want it to be too light. But yeah, so some foundations that I do have, it doesn't match very well. It looks like I have really dark under eyes, but it's only a few foundations that I have that, to be honest with you, are slightly light for me. But anyway, so this one says that it conceals, brightens, covers up to 24 wear and hydration. So the applicator is like a normal doe foot applicator. First of all, it holds quite a bit of product. I don't need to dip back in again to get more product onto the applicator. Just to point out as well, this is going to be a review as an under eye concealer, not as a blemish concealer, because I don't bother covering, but I don't really care. But my under eyes, sometimes I care. But anyway, so this is going to be a review of its usefulness for under eyes. So it definitely is hydrating. I think all the other concealers I've tried are matte. I'm not sure about the Max Factor one, if that one is a matte one or just a normal finish. So I definitely agree that it is hydrated. It doesn't feel drying or anything under the eyes. It's easy to blend under the eyes as well. This one is a weird product. So when I first applied it, I was like, not a massive fan, but you have to let it set in. Like if you apply it straight away, let it set in. Obviously, obviously set it before you let it sit in. But let it sit in for like 3 minutes, and it just looks really good. It's one of these. It's one of those weird products where you first apply it and it's like, I hate it. But then after 2 minutes, it's like, oh okay. It's like it kind of needs to I don't want to say massage into the skin, but kind of maybe soak the skin needs to kind of soak it up and kind of adjust. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So does this sink into fine line? So first off, I forgot to mention that I would say this is medium coverage. It's not quite full coverage, and it's not really buildable either to a full coverage. But anyway, you don't really want to try and build up a concealer anyway, because under the eyes, because you don't want it to feel really heavy with product under your eyes. But anyway, it goes under my eyes slightly, like it's noticeable if I'm literally looking, if you talk to someone and they're literally in your face, they're gonna notice it. But other than that, that is not too bad. I do find that it sinks in more in kind of obviously when I'm at work and stuff, because I'm kind of like sweating, a hot environment and that sort of thing. But other than that, it's actually not a bad concealer. So if you do have fine lines, I do recommend that you give this a go, because it might actually be alright for you. But yeah, it's definitely one that kind of shook me a little bit. As I said, it doesn't like 100%, like obviously, because you know, not everyone anyway has kind of like, unless you're like 10 that doesn't have any lines. So if you have lines, it is gonna sort of have to kind of like adapt, but it doesn't enhance them like too badly, if that makes any sense. So yeah, if you're looking for an affordable concealer and you do have fine lines, then I do recommend this one. You can like play around. As I said, it's not too bad for me. As it sinks in, like with the other concealers that I mentioned, the Jeffree Star one and the e.l.f. one, it's like pretty much really bad, but this one is actually wearable. So yeah, that's it for this review. So bye guys.